Well, hello there. Thank you for joining us here at Coolest Life. My name is Tony, and I'm here to talk to you about Masonry, Shriners, Scottish Rite, York Rite, some of the different organizations within Shrine, and I'm going to tell you exactly why a person would want to join Masonry. And if you're considering joining Masonry, you should consider these things also, because there's some things maybe you just haven't quite heard about or have talked to someone about. But I would encourage you to find out more about Masonry in general and Masonry in your area. So let me go through a few of those things and give you some pointers and some things you may want to consider. So come along and join me because I'm just out here living the coolest life, Masonic edition. So what is Masonry in the first place? Okay, let's understand something right from the start. Two main things. One, this is a fraternity. Okay, fraternity, which means males only. It is not a sorority, which is females, because there are only two genders. And I hope you know that. There are only two. God made Adam and Eve, okay? One. He didn't make Adam and Eve and a third person. It's Adam and Eve, okay. So anyway, the second thing is, like I said, it's a fraternity. With being a fraternity, you have an initiation. Okay, you have through that initiation, you join a brotherhood or a bond with other like men of other that have went through the same experiences. It's kind of the same bond if you did any combat time in the military overseas, and you did that with your buddy. You now have a connection the rest of your life. You can also talk with people who have also had that connection because maybe they went over to Kuwait or someplace else. They had that combat time, but you never saw them, but they're still part of your brothers in arms. Okay, so this is a fraternity. So that's kind of what brings us together. And with this fraternity, that's what really sets us apart from all the other organizations, what we call the animal clubs. The animal clubs, well, don't you? Lions, moose, eagles, elks, the animal clubs. Also, veterans of foreign wars, the Rotary, the other organizations where basically all you got to do is show up with your ID and pay your money, and you're in. Masonry is not like that. Okay, it is a fraternity. There's a vetting process that we go through before you can come in. The primary vetting process is: are you near a lodge, and do you believe in a higher power? Masonry does not accept atheists. Understand something. Number two, understand something. Masonry is not a religion. Let me say this again in case you didn't hear that. And you may want to send this video to other people. I've been a Mason, 13 years, 12 years. I've been a Mason 12 years. I'm a master. I'll give you some of my credentials real quick. I'm a past master of 2 lodges in Columbus, Georgia. So I've sat in all the major chairs in a lodge. I've also been a member of Scottish Rite, where I was the Valley Secretary. I've been a vice president of our local Shrine Club, and I've also held all 3 high offices in our York Rite, our chapter, council, and commandery of our local chapters. So I know a little bit about Masonry, and I want you to know it is not. After me seeing all that stuff, it is not a religion. Yes, we have a Bible on an altar in the middle of the room. Yes. And you know what? I wish more organizations would put a Bible on an altar in the middle of the room, so that when they make decisions, they can make a conscious effort to let God guide their practice. But not enough organizations do that. We feel that way. I also want to say something about the religion. Most fraternities that you go to, they put their hand on a Bible and take an oath. I'm talking college fraternities, because I did that. You take an oath to be basically honest and have allegiance to each other is basically what it is, and that's the kind of oaths we take. So it is not a religion, and please don't get me started on the oath thing, because if you've got a problem with taking an oath because your Bible says I can't take oaths, well, that means every politician who took an oath can't be a Christian. Let me say this. Can't be a Christian. Neither can a doctor because they take an oath. Neither can a lawyer because they take an oath. Neither can your military members because they take an oath. There's nothing wrong with taking an oath. Same kind of level. Not any higher level than any of those. In fact, maybe even a little less than most of those. Their oaths is, but it's that's the kind of oaths we take. If you want to argue that point, and if you have a question about that, put a comment down below. I'll be glad to address that, and I have many times. In fact, I've got a video that says, "Can a Mason be a Christian?" You should watch that one there if you have questions on that. So, understand a couple things. One, you have to. It is a fraternity, and two, it is not a religion. Okay, we're not here to convert you from one, but you do have to believe in a higher power. In other words, what I'm saying is, an atheist can't be a Mason. Because when you do take an oath, you put your hand on a Bible. Who in the world are you taking an oath to? You don't believe in a God. If you're agnostic, don't join Masonry. Agnostics are, to me, my belief, agnostic is a fence sitter. They don't believe, but they don't not believe. Well, that's a fence sitter to me. So, got something here on my screen. So, anyway, the whole point is get that part of your life straight first. Then if you want to join Masonry, we believe in a higher power. We call it great architect of the universe. And what that does is that allows us to, that allows a Jewish brother and a Hindu brother to sit in the same room. And a Catholic, Protestant, Baptist, it allows them all to sit in the same room. Even a Buddhist, because they believe in a higher power, okay? It's also monotheist Buddhist. Monotheist, you can't believe in 9 different gods. Okay, they'll have to come to one. In Christianity, we say Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Okay, but in essence, they're all one in Christians' eyes. Okay, so let's get that straight. So that's what. Now, why would you want to join? Well, it's going to bring you with like-minded people. And it's going to give you a foundation of togetherness and brotherhood with other people who had those same initiation experience. A lot of what we do revolves around our initiation, passing, and raising of brand new Master Masons. Initiation is for your entered apprentice. Your fellow craft is your passing, and you are raised to a sublime degree of Master Mason in a lodge. So after you've had all those experiences and you've stood your proficiency, because we expect you to learn certain things and be able to do a question and answer thing, so you give us the correct answers back. So there's a study process, quite frankly. In fact, I'm not getting a call from Savannah Scottish Rite. So understand that there is that going on. There is a commitment. I want to tell you this right now. When you first join Masonry, there's a commitment early. You need to be able to say, you don't want to say, well, we're leaving town in a month, so I just want to go ahead and join before I leave. No. Hit the road, Jack. Go someplace else and join. Wherever you're going to, go join there. You need to join a lodge that is within a decent driving distance to either your work or your home, one of the two, because you need to take away that excuse of why you can't attend lodge. Nobody can miss you unless you're attending lodge. So make sure you get one of those two. Maybe you're a Fort Benning and the lodge is directly outside of your outside the back gate, which it is at Fort Benning in Georgia. Fort Benning Lodge is there, but if you live way over in Alabama, halfway to Montgomery, maybe you should join something in Montgomery or something in Phoenix City or someplace. You don't need to join something that's going to be as convenient as possible. I would recommend you joining the closest lodge to your area. Don't go shop lodges that feel the one you feel most comfortable about, because when you do that, that's a pet peeve of mine. When you do the fun, you meet a bunch of guys. I felt more comfortable in such and such lodge. Well, that's fine, because something's going to make you mad, and you're going to say, well, it's too far to drive there anyway because it's too far away. Join the one that's most convenient to get to. Make the lodge your lodge. Make yourself become that extra piece, because you can do the same thing in a different lodge. You can be a piece of the puzzle in a different lodge. But if you're attending more, if you're not attending very much, you're going to be this big of a piece. But if you're attending a lot more, you're going to be this big of a piece of the puzzle of the lodge. So you want to join that. You want to join that lodge you're going to be the most comfortable with. And the one that's nearest you. Okay, try to help that lodge grow and prosper and do the right thing. And if down the road you want to move your membership, you can do that in Masonry. You're not stuck in a lodge where I joined this lodge, I'm stuck here, I can't go nowhere. No, 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 no. That's not it at all. You can transfer memberships. Normally, you've got to be a member of that lodge for 6 months. At least you got to get through your master's catechism. Once you do that, then you can transfer if you want to transfer. If you leave, especially like if you leave a state, I'm about to join a lodge in Florida when we get stationed there, and when we get stopped there, I should say, in about a year, less than a year. I'll be a full-fledged member of a Florida lodge. So you could transfer memberships. It's not a problem. Their work in different states are vastly different as opposed to some in the same state going from one county to the next county. It's an easy transition when you stay within your same jurisdiction or state than it is to go out of state and join someplace else. So again, I want to say that be ready. 1, it's a fraternity. 2, it's not a religion. And 3, make sure you have time. Make sure you have time to devote to it and do the right by the brothers, the lodge, yourself, your family, your God. And let me touch on one of the things as I mentioned that. Can a Satanist be a Mason? Check my other video that talks about can a Christian be a Mason, because I actually cover that point and why I cover that point. And I kind of say, and just a little bit, are there Satanists in Masonry? Probably. But you know what? If you're at a big company, there's probably Satanists that work there too. They might be the one that's in charge of the whole company. Ooh, I hadn't thought about that. I just bet you, even police officers, I bet you one of them is probably a Satanist. I bet you doctors are too. Interesting. So there could very well be. I don't know. I don't know you don't know who you work next to. But I don't know of any. And I've been to a whole lot of lodges, like well over 200. I've never met any Satanists, but to each his own. There may be. I don't know. But check out that other video I've got about that. And I'll put that in the link below, or maybe that link right there. Maybe I'll put it up there so you can check out that video about can a Christian be a Mason. I'll let you go. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm way over my time here. I'll try and do another video, something like this on down the road. If you're interested in Masonry, check out I got a whole lot of other teaching and learning videos. So look those up on our Coolest Life main page, and be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, because I need to go, because I need to get back out here living the coolest life.